About an hour north of Melbourne in the frosty hilltop town of Kinglake, the game of football is much more than just a sporting contest. Since the bushfires of last year wiped out most of the town, the local community has rallied behind its sporting teams, and not just the footy team.
At Kinglake, the footy netball club, it really binds the community together. It's a really big part of the community.
Brett Walker plays in the reserves for the Kinglake Lakers and says sport's been a massive part of the town's recovery.
It's good. It's been, especially last year, it was really good for the community. Like, I was meant to play cricket on Black Saturday, but thank God it got called off because of the heat and everything like that. But after that, we thought about closing down the cricket team for the season. We just wanted to play on, keep going. Both teams got to the finals. The first and seconds both got to the finals. Now, unfortunately, seconds couldn't make it to the grand final, unfortunately. But what do you do? Football played a big part of it last year as well. Getting stuck in the community events. Like, as you see, our first game against Emerald last year, you had everyone here basically. So
it's now more than 14 months after the fires devastated this area, and the town is still in the process of rebuilding. Kinglake is in the federal electorate of McEwen, a seat that Liberal MP Fran Bailey won by just 31 votes at the last election. It's one of the most marginal in the country, but Jess McDonald thinks the events of last year have actually changed the way that people think about politics in Kinglake.
I think there are quite a few people who are more interested in politics now, just simply to try and improve a lot in sort of more local community areas, especially out in the country. Oh, look, there's a lot of issues. The bushfires that went through this year opened everybody's eyes up as to, how prepared everyone is for a disaster, or unprepared, I should say.
Now, McEwen will be one of the seats to watch out for this federal election, with a new Liberal candidate, Cameron Kane, replacing the outgoing and quite popular Fran Bailey. Kane has done a lot for the local community here since the fires, but Kat Muir has a few doubts about the Liberal Party's motives for his selection.
Especially in this, because they fire-affected community, Cameron Kane did a lot in the community, and with a local hero you just can't explain what he did do here, but I don't know whether that should affect the votes he gets, whether he's a politician or not, I'm not sure. So I sort of look past that because I don't know if the local electorates do have the knowledge to be a politician, or whether it's just a face that the locals are comfortable with and can look at and sort of relate, oh, he did so good, which he did, and I'm not by any means downgrading that. So that's something I'm a little bit hesitant on.
For Jess though, this election is more about making sure you get the best for your local community, regardless of who ends up shacked up in Kirribilli House over in Canberra.
Look, originally it was Gillard and Abbott and all that sort of thing, but I think for each individual family you need to look at your own community and what the representatives in your community are willing to do for your community, because at the end of the day it doesn't matter what Gillard and that do, it's what your community is willing to do for your home that's going to make all the benefit to you as a family or an individual.